too bad. What I want to talk about now for the next couple of minutes, though, is the sea ice, which is still very pesky for parts of the coast of central Newfoundland. This picture was taken, I believe, on Sunday by Johnny Leto. He put this on Twitter, which was retweeted by Rodney Barney. He's a meteorologist with Environment Canada, and that is the sea ice still as of Sunday at Lassie, and it's still thick, it's still there, and from what I'm seeing, fishermen and fisher people are still having issues getting out and crab fishing or cod fishing out in this ice across parts of the island because it is so dense. And now NOAA's new satellite called GOES-16, which is not fully operational yet, is very, very high resolution, meaning it can see things from space that we could never see before, or we could see before, but now we can see it in much more detail. Now, going back to this morning, what you can see, now this is cloud cover here, that right there, that is sea ice. So sea ice, cloud cover. Cloud cover moving in, so we can't really see the sea ice. But if we take a closer look, you can actually see the ice moving a little bit this morning before the cloud cover came in and kind of obscured our view. Kind of swirling around the east side of the Baie Verte Peninsula, still up on the top of it, still kind of just west of the Fogo and Change Islands area, and still out towards New West Valley and Lumsden. So as long as the winds stay northerly, this ice is going to be very hard-pressed to leave. And it looks like for the next couple of days, winds stay easterly or northerly, which is kind of going to compress that ice even further up along the coast of central Newfoundland, which is not something we want to see. Wind speeds right now at Lassie from the northwest 26, again helping to kind of drive that ice down toward the coast. Twillingate from the west-northwest at 39. Bonavista Vista from the northwest 26. St. John's, we are still westerly, but winds are sustained at 48 kilometers per hour. So it's still breezy out there. Cape Race, winds sustained at 63. St. Lawrence, sustained nearly at 60 kilometers per hour. So over the next 24 hours, we see those highest wind speeds right now across the northeast coast, back toward Fogo Island, and just south of Trepassey. Those high wind speeds will begin to slowly migrate down offshore as we go into midnight, leaving us with some slightly calmer wind speeds as we get into the early part of tomorrow morning. But it's still going to be a breezy day tomorrow, especially for the west coast and the southwest coast once we get into about lunchtime or so, and then the winds begin to pick up for southern and eastern areas as we go into tomorrow night and again on Wednesday. But along the coast of central, winds stay easterly or northeasterly, which again does not clear that ice offshore. It even helps kind of blow it back towards the coastline a little bit. Something else that's kind of compounded the issue with the sea ice, ocean currents. Been a big driver, at least in my opinion, once I've kind of seen what exactly they're doing around the coastline of Newfoundland. So these are the ocean currents that surround our province, okay? This here, that green area, that's the Labrador current. And that keeps that cold air coming down from between Greenland and Newfoundland toward the island, which is why when winds are easterly and northerly, it stays cold, because the ocean is always cold. See that green and yellow there? That's the Gulf Stream. Wouldn't that be nice if it was nearer to us? It's not. So unfortunately, our weather generally is dictated by what the wind direction does. But as we take a closer look toward the island, what you'll see near the Baie Verte Peninsula, kind of toward Fogo Island, Change Islands, and even around the Baie de Verde part of the Avalon, the ocean current almost does like a little vortex. It kind of hooks around. So what's happening is the sea ice may get kind of blown back out when we get those brief southwesterlies, but it just kind of swirls there in the eddy current, not named after me, and then kind of gets looped back toward the coastline. So until we get a sustained fetch of southwesterly winds, that sea ice around the coast of central Newfoundland and the northeast coast is going to be hard-pressed to move offshore. Temperature